person's annoyed that you're not expressing yourself to this person. But it's this own person's fault, because now that the truth really matters and now that the truth is really necessary in order to make a choice or a decision, this person is blocked because they can no longer gaslight, manipulate, or love bomb you into them feeling like they have control, so they don't have to deal with the heartbreak and the emotions of not having you. Now, what's happening is they're so annoyed. It's like their passive aggressive energy comes through when they get annoyed, but they also act incredibly emotionally immature when it comes to them reaching out to you. And that's because they want to behave like a child, because they don't want to be mature about the whole situation, because they're not in their energy of stepping up. They're not in their masculine energy, or they're not in their feminine energy. They're not in their energy of wanting to take accountability and learn the lessons that they did with the Hierophant, because they think that you should be the one that speaks the intention about what it is that you want with them, when this person never allowed the truth to come through about communication anyway, because it's almost like this person never wanted the truth from you. They were always either worried that you just saw them as a friend, or they were always worried that you didn't want a relationship and a friendship with them because you were pursuing other things, or you didn't seem as interested as this person. However, this person is somewhat thinking that they were more invested because they gave you love. But they gave you love in a way where it was very unpredictable, because they gave you all of this love at the one time, but then they stopped and they backed off. And this person stopped and backed off because they wanted to see what you would do in response to them love bombing you. But you never knew what to do, because you never actually knew what this person wanted with you, because they would not respond to you. They would ghost you. They would abandon you if you didn't give them the reassurance that they wanted. And their way of love bombing you, their way of gaslighting you or manipulating you, was them trying to keep control, because they were always so scared and worried that you were slipping away from them. Now, they're behaving so childish, and it's like they're really hot and they're really cold, but they're sending you messages that make no sense, and they're very much messages with childish responses and childish remarks. And this is this person's way of not becoming too emotionally vulnerable when it comes to you. They're acting in a childish way because it's kind of their way of protecting their masculinity, because they are so pissed off over the fact that your love helps create an identity for this person. They need your love. So they don't want to act in their masculine energy. They don't want to act in all their feminine energy. They don't want to act in the intent that they're giving you the real version of themselves. And they're doing that because they actually feel themselves so out of control when it comes to who they don't know within themselves. And that's because your love is still almost like dictating this person, and it's dictating this person in a way where they can't move on, they can't make a choice, they can't make a decision, and they know that they kind of don't have control of you anymore, and it's why they're freaking out about it, because it's coming back to haunt this person. Look, they've done. With the Ten of Swords and the Seven of Cups, they have no other option now but to try and get a reaction and a response from you, and they can't do that in the same way that they did that before. And with the Seven of Swords coming through and the Messenger of Pentacles, this person is actually regretting not being open with you, because they had the chance and they had the opportunity to do that, and they would have given you the true intentions, which actually meant that you would have felt reassured to actually speak and talk to this person. But because they tried so very hard to prevent the one thing from happening that they didn't want, which was actually losing you, this person actually went against everything that they knew, and it's all unraveling for this person, because the one thing they were worried about actually happening in the first place is now actually happening. And this person has no one else to blame, but they will try to blame you as well. You tried to help someone break down boundaries, and it's like this person always ended up hurting you in return, because they have a really strong defense mechanism. It's like they don't want to let anybody in here. It's like this person doesn't want to allow anyone to give them love. And I see that what's happening is it's creating a massive problem, because the more that you try and help this person, the more that you try and help this person to be vulnerable, the more this person sees this as a weakness due to their defense mechanisms, and they run with this. Now, it could be a twin flame situation that's happening, but this person does have a lot of love for you. But they also see this energy as they're kind of intimidated because they don't feel like they want someone else to help them heal. They see this as an energy where it's like they're so independent, but there's a difference between being independent and being actually scared to be vulnerable and let someone in. And that's what's happening with this person. They're very confused between the two things here. Now, with the High Priestess and the King of Cups, it's like this person knows that you're the one for them. But this person also knows that they're the ones that they need you, that they need your love here. But I see that what's happening with the Three of Swords is they're so scared to become vulnerable because of the amount of love that you can give to this person, and they're scared of it because they know they have to be vulnerable and open to you. But every single time you try to do this to this person, they run away from you. And that's because they're scared of losing control. Because your love is so strong to this person is scared in a lot of ways of accepting it because they're scared of becoming so out of control. They're scared of becoming so vulnerable because they've always been in control of their heart space. They've always been in control of who they let in, who they let love them. But because you're changing the dynamics, which is actually the type of connection that Spirit or the universe has made into this person doesn't know how to handle it. But the one thing that they do know is they do know that they always come back to you. But they're not accepting the reasons why they actually come back to you. And that the reason why they're coming back to you is because part of them knows that they need you. But they're being deceptive about it because they're so ego, they're so stubborn. They don't want to admit that they need help. And the problem with that is it creates a lack of masculinity, a lack of feminine energy. Because, or the roles can be reversed. But someone thinks that by them being independent, it means that they're strong. When in actual fact, this person is scared to let you in. And they're scared to let you in because they've never experienced love at all. And because they've had so many rebounds or so many relationships or so many connections or so many people that have come in and gone out, it's created a problem for this person because they've been running from true love their entire life. They've been running from true emotions their entire life. And subconsciously, every single time this happens to this person, they end up pushing that person away and they end up trying to get over that person. But now what's happening is they can't run. They can't run anymore. And it's creating a huge problem for this person because they always come back to you because their heart knows. Their heart knows what home feels like. And that's why they're coming back to you here. There's an energy where their intuition knows that this is real love, this is true love now, but they're scared of it. And they're scared of it because of the past. But at the same time, they keep pushing you away, but then coming back in, and it's confusing you because you don't want to be played. You don't want to be manipulated. You don't know if this person loves you. But in a lot of ways, you do see them loving you, but they also tend to sometimes love bomb you at the same time, which isn't actually what this person wants to do at all. But they end up love bombing you because when they love bomb you, they start to create an energy of confidence, or they do create an energy where they're slowly trusting and letting themselves go. But that's very unpredictable because this person only does this at a certain time, and they actually feel reassurance when they push you away and ghost you and abandon you because that's them having control of their emotions still. That's them putting up a boundary. But the problem with this is that you don't actually know if they're putting up a boundary because they're gaslighting you, manipulating you, playing you. You don't know they're actually putting up a boundary here because you're scared, because they're scared. And this person won't communicate with you because you're not allowing them to communicate to you anymore until they give you the truth about what it is that they're doing. But again, they don't want to speak the truth with this because they don't want to scare you off, but they also don't want to say that they're scared because they don't want to appear as being inferior to you because they're already intimidated by your love here. Someone did not want to admit that they made the wrong choice by walking away from you. So what this person is doing, or what they did, is they offered you a friendship so they could keep you in their life. Now, you denied this person a friendship, and this person thought that you were the one that stopped loving them. However, you were never able to know how you felt about this person because this person never allowed you to communicate to them. But also, this person was always so scared about you giving them a reaction or a response that they didn't like. So they used moving on from you, or they used their direction and their choices to kind of get an idea of how you were feeling about them emotionally. But they messed the whole thing up with the Fool. They messed everything up because they didn't realize they would have such a difficult time moving on from you. And because they had such a difficult time moving on from you, it meant this person couldn't make any type of choices and they couldn't make any type of decisions. So what happened is they felt so pressured because they were having such a difficult time moving on from you that they gave you a friendship, or they gave you some other opportunity to try and keep you in their life. Because with this temptation and the Four of Swords, they couldn't control their urges to reach out to you. They were so strong. They couldn't control their urges to not feel tempted to reach out to you. And that's the reason why they offered you a friendship. So they didn't have to feel those urges of temptation. But what happened is you rejected the friendship side of things, and this person is confused because you had such a difficult time moving on from this person, and this person's confused why you rejected a friendship with them, and they can't understand it. So what's happening now is that this person is deliberately trying to get you to wait on them because they're so scared that you don't want them in your life. But also, this person can't handle the fact that they feel like you're playing hard to get. Now, even if you are playing hard to get, and some of you might be because you're getting so annoyed at this person because this person's not allowing you to communicate the truth. They're not allowing you to communicate the reasons why you rejected the friendship with this person. And that's because you love this person and you can't handle just being their friend. And this person wants that. It's like this person wants to know that you love them, but for some reason, they're not allowing you to speak your truth, because they've never heard it from the perspective before that it would actually be too painful for you to just be this person's friend. And this person wants this, but for some reason this person's not allowing you to actually speak the truth about why you rejected the friendship in the first place. So this person is trying to get back at you, but they're trying to get back at you because they can't handle your responses, because they can't move on. They cannot move on and they don't know what to do. So they're trying to deliberately now get you to wait on them so that they can have any type of reassurance that you're still there. So they're trying to give you a lack of clarity, a lack of closure, but they're also trying to make you hurt because this person can't get over their own emotions. They can't get over their own hurt. And that's the reason now why they're not allowing you to open up emotionally to them, because they want to have boundaries up, but they want to have control, because they feel like since you rejected, or they feel like since you abandoned them, and that's their thought process at the moment, that the only way for them to have any type of energy to get over their heartbroken energy here is to have control when that you speak out to this person or anything like that. And that's why this person is acting in the way they are emotionally, immature wise, because they cannot handle their own emotions. And it's always been something this person has been able to do before they met you and before they became around your love here.